Besides the Native Americans being kicked off of their land by greedy colonists, the first thing that led to the King Philip's War was the shortage of the native supply of beaver fur, which they traded with the colonists. This, of course, wouldn't have been a problem if the fur wasn't the natives' main trading product and if they didn't depend on the colonists for the rest of their goods they needed to survive. The lack of fur led to the colonists raising the prices of their goods, which then led to the Native American tribe leaders selling their land to the colonists, which upset those who were living on that land. They thought that the colonists were trying to slowly drive them out of their land for good, so tension was growing, and finally fear and suspicion got the better of the colonists. Then King Philip, aka Metacom's brother, was sent to court because the English believed that he might have been planning to lead a revolt. He was found innocent, but then later he was found dead in the snow, supposedly on his way back to the tribe. "He got sick, lol," said the colonists. "He was poisoned," said the natives, angrily squinting their eyes with suspicion. After that whole mess, on January, a Christian native named John Sassamon told the governor of Plymouth that Metacom was going to attack. No one took him seriously until they found John dead in a pond. Another native said that they saw 3 Wampanoag men, or Metacom men, kill John and dump the body, so those 3 men were tried and hung. Pretty much at this point, everyone hated each other. The first official action that started the war was the raid on Swansea on June 20th, 1675, which was the raid that started all the other raids during the war. A band of Pokanoket warriors went to the town of Swansea during a Sunday Mass while everyone was at church. They raided and burned down all the houses they could, and this happened again on June 23rd. Then on the 24th, King Philip ordered the first official battle against Swansea. This resulted in the raiding and burning that continued to July 19th. On August 2nd, there was a siege on Brookfield where some colonists led by Captain Edward Hutchinson tried to meet with a group of people from the Nipmuc tribe, but were ambushed on the way to them. They tried retreating to Brookfield, but they were followed and the Nipmucs did the raid and burn routine there. The raid lasted 2 days and was stopped when Major Simon Williard showed up with his troops. After that, similar things went on until people started abandoning the settlements of Northfield, Deerfield, and Brookfield. Finally, on November 2nd through 12th, colonists were planning to get rid of King Philip. The New England Confederation raised about 1,000 soldiers to attack and drive out the Narragansetts on December 19th. This was known as the Great Swamp Fight. The English won. Only 203 English died, while the natives had the high score of almost 1,000 dead, including women and children. The next attack was Lancaster Raid on February 10th. Almost 400 Nipmuc warriors attacked Lancaster during Mass. 50 were killed and 24 were held captive. Then from February 25th through March 29th, the natives made a lot of attacks on settlers' homes, which ended in hundreds of colonists and native deaths, as well as the destruction of many towns. Finally, a major turning point in the war was reached when, in April of 1676, the leader of Narragansett was captured and brutally executed. He was shot, beheaded, and quartered just for safe measures. After a few smaller battles, King Philip was finally killed on August 12th, and a peace treaty was signed at Coscoa Bay somewhere in April of 1678. After more back and forth of, colonists rule, man, we're the best in the world. No, Native Americans are better because we have fire. The war ended with the English either killing or enslaving the Indians so they could move into their land. The English were all like, gasp, new land, let's ruin it, and began advancing across the New World. Long-term change, or change that occurred slowly, was seen over both groups during the war. The Indians were being shoved off of their land slowly as if they were little flies as the war progressed, and more were being captured and sold as slaves until there were no Indians left to enslave/murder. Meanwhile, jolly old settlers moved into the land of the Indians as they took more and more Indians and cleared the land, and slowly but surely regained the money and housing lost during the war, because the Indians burned everything down. Both the Native Americans and the English lost money and supplies quickly as the war went on, but the English immediately sold or killed the Indians that were left over captives from the war, getting some of the money and supplies back. The Indians got nothing back, though. They had no chance. Thank you.